There we go. Greetings and welcome back to Roman of the Empire. I am your host, Roman. This week we are discussing episode 3 of The Acolyte, Destiny.
Destiny.
It was hard. It was hard, folks. I'm not going to lie. It was a rough week. It was a rough week to get through this one.
The thread is strong with this one.
The thread.
I feel like we're knitting.
Please unravel this by pulling yon thread.
Well, they do.
We're doing some cross stitch on this.
Once a month. Well, they do. Once a month.
Lord, why, Joker? Why? So we're going to go around the horn, do our introductions, and then we're going to dive into this episode, which, I mean, they hyped it up quite a bit, and I don't know, for all the kerfuffle that was buzzing around before the episode aired, I don't think it was all that. I think it was bad. I think it's damaging. But I
think it's worse.
It's just, as far as discussion goes, I mean, there's some stuff there. There's some stuff there, and we're going to talk about all of it, including some very, very erotic chanting.
Yes.
So let's get this ball rolling. He is my partner on this channel. He is my wingman. He once stopped me from carpet bombing my own neighborhood so that I could suffer because I made everyone watch this terrible, terrible episode. He is Shieldwall of Dragons. Welcome back, my friend. How are you doing? Ooh.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Happy to be here. Yeah, this was an interesting episode. I'm going to be interested to see where they take this show after this. I guess it can only go up from here.
Can it?
Well, we'll see. Yeah. So, but anyway, we'll have a good discussion tonight. One of the topics we'll cover is how stone burns.
Physics. We're doing more physics lessons tonight.
So, I don't know. Maybe it was whatever was making it burn in space. They used the same stuff that they used on the spaceship. So
the bullshitium, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why people make their houses out of wood, so it doesn't burn.
Exactly.
The power of vagina compels you. The power of vagina compels you.
Anyway, glad to be here. This will hopefully be more entertaining than the show.
That's our goal. That's our goal tonight, is for at least you can laugh about this. He is the scourge of Gotham, the nemesis of the Dark Knight. He is Joker voice. Welcome back, my friend. How are you doing?
Well, I thought I was. I thought I would torment the minds of Gotham. This got me beat, and I'm just gonna say, everybody, get him out. This episode was all about.
Yeah, I can't even argue this. This was super scissors. We talked about light scissors last week. I actually should probably get a pair just for this.
There we go. I've got my bigger scissors.
Well, because I'm mailing yours out. Well, I'm mailing yours out this week, Roman.
Okay, thank you. Oh, God help us all. She will tell you if this is the way. Books, games, or movies. She is armored up and ready to fight. And there is a fight to be had this week. She is Untamed Mando. Mando, how are you? I'm sorry. Thank you for being with us once again.
Yep, I'm doing all right. Besides a headache that started after watching this episode and has lasted all day, despite the fact that I have taken multiple ibuprofen. But hey, I don't know what in the world could be causing the headache. Who knows? Maybe I'm dehydrated. Maybe I didn't have enough coffee. Maybe I'm losing my mind and there's an aneurysm in my brain now. So we'll see how this goes.
Maybe watch The Acolyte.
Will not help it. Okay, I don't even know what's happening now. Well, I'm glad you're back. I'm sorry about the headache. And if you need to jump out, I understand. It's okay.
Right now, I've got my
worth the pain. Yes, I saw him. He's out.
We have a ginger sighting.
We do. Our good friend.
I've got my water.
Harris, who's been spared this.
Good to go.
This.
Well, they might not be allowing the Acolyte to air in Japan, so.
They shouldn't.
The only place
he is the man who knows all the things about all the things. He is the dad that shouldn't be, the unbearable 73, the Acolyte, emperor of all space lesbians. Welcome back, my friend.
Feel the vaginal power, my friends. Feel the power of the feticide.
Yeah. Ginger Ninja is lucky he's not in this because the whole thing would look like a Georgia O'Keeffe painting.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow. Oh, Lord. He is the meme master of the interwebs, using his power for good instead of evil. He is Jacob Ironside. Welcome back, Jacob. How are you, my friend?
Hello. Well, this Acolyte has a vagina.
It's all DVT typed.
Yep, there was definitely a lot of thread cutting with scissors in this episode. So.
Yeah, and we will get to the many things, and there are it's all bad. There's nothing good. His beard did not have two space moms. He is Beard of Liberty. How are you, my friends?
God, it's the best part of the show. Fuck it.
He's got to get this out of the way for Joker, otherwise he's not going to be able to focus.
You know, that's actually not dissimilar to the one too many chant scene.
Yeah. Look, we all heard the doom and gloom ahead of this episode.
Yeah.
Basically everything I anticipated happened, so I was not shocked. And I was actually more bored than anything else.
Agreed. This episode had a different director than 1 and 2. It was a
different writer too. The vibe was a little different. It was
worse, I think. I don't think there's an up in this show. It's just whatever.
The writer of this episode was the one that Leslie hired, who knew nothing about Star Wars.
That makes an awful lot of sense right now. All those words to put together, that all makes complete sense. Musician, pop culture aficionado, man of the people. He is Sammy Threepeat. Welcome back, Sammy. And I am sorry that you had to endure this as well.
Yeah, I thought you liked me.
I know. I like all of you. It's just this is how you hurt the ones you love. You hurt the ones you love. So
then we must be really loved because I'm still in pain.
Yeah, this is that phase of things. Mama. So without actually, damn it, Jacob, that's just me. Before we roll further into this, though, we did have a minor, not minor at all, a serious thing that I wanted to throw out there. It's in the description for the show. It's a GoFundMe for Clobberin times. It's for his family. It's set up by somebody for his kids. So he passed away. Yesterday, the day before.
Yesterday.
I think we found out about it yesterday. Either way,
yeah.
And so it's sad. He was actually young, and leaving behind the family. So the GoFundMe is in the description. So please, if you can, please hop in there and donate. So I need to tell. I'm sorry. I almost avoided the.
Too.
Yes, yeah, please. So yeah, Father
can.
Miller had posted the GoFundMe on
the
his page today. So I ripped that off and I'm putting it on here. So again, so let's say hi to the chat because there are many out there. Our good friend Dempsey is here. Dempsey, hello, sir. Oh yes, Comic Story, yes, Comic Story as well. I mean that's two of our YouTube brethren this week.
Yes.
Zoinks. Well, that's the thing about life is you don't know. You don't know how long you have.
Well, the good thing is God took them so they wouldn't have to watch this episode.
But then
I don't think that's probably the why.
At the end of your life, you know.
So our good friend Invader Zim is here, just stopping by for a minute or two. Hello, Zim. It's good to see you. We are going to have a fine night because we get to discuss and make fun of this terrible, terrible show. Our good friend Boosh McFadden. Yesterday 5 p.m. Oh goodness gracious. Yeah, yes, I had fallen as well. Right. That's gosh. Love it. I've lost my place in the stream here already. Love it ever after. Hello. It was good to I was on a stream.
Yes, you were.
Is that last week?
Yeah.
Saturday.
That was fun.
Okay. Yeah, forgive my complete lack of sense of time. I am retired and every day is exactly the same.
Dempsey got it. Comment of the night, Dempsey.
He deleted it.
So subtle.
So amazing.
Left the planet, so witches had a place to live. Obviously, all right. I don't know what it means, but I'll go with it. It's fine.
That comment had a better plot than this entire episode.
Ginger Ninja, our good friend James Harris from the Land of the Rising Sun. I spared you this, James. I want you to know that you could be here. You could be here suffering with all of us. Mando, subtle. Americus 2001. Welcome, Americus. Good to see you. Ducka. Ginger. This is Chris Gore meme. Yes, the Chris Gore meme was very good. Catastrophe. Okay. Oh.
She shows up over after the weekend.
So yeah, if you haven't seen the Chris Gore meme, I'm not going to steal Chris Gore's stuff, but it's very funny and very appropriate for the show. Bobby Wold out there. Hello, Bobby. Good to see you. Shieldwall. Frank Yakeley, welcome. Sounds like a challenge. I'm not sure what we were talking about, but it could literally be anything as far as the show goes. It being worse next week, certainly not better. My money is on worse for next week. And I think that's everybody, unless some new folks popped in at the bottom here. I'll roll back down real fast just to see if I missed anyone. Gooch.
We know it's going to be worse week by
Sammy.
week.
Okay, so I think I got everybody. I did miss one.
Well, what's up, Wade?
Real Wade National Gaming Clips. Okay. Hello, Wade. It's good to see you. Forgive my eyes. I'm wearing my contacts, which means I see about 35% of the things that I should be seeing.
How many of us have our usernames from before YouTube allowed spaces in them and we never changed it when they did?
Oh, I'm a late bloomer. So let's jump into this hot fucking mess. I've got spaces all over the place, just like the people who live on Brendok. So we jump into this episode, Brendok, 16 years earlier. So this, of course, is referring to the 16 years that have the when the kids were little. We are going. This is the back in time episode.
Brendok, Scotland.
Is that in Scotland?
I don't have no idea.
Yeah, who knows?
Well,
I wish
probably
Connor,
New Zealand.
Connor McLeod was there and he could cut off everyone's head.
Okay, this was filmed in London, so I
Oh, really?
Oh, truth.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, does it really matter? Not really. So
this is the poison plant.
This I actually didn't expect this episode now. I thought we were going to be getting this episode a little bit later. So I thought they were going to fuck things up differently than they did. So I wasn't actually prepared for what happened in this episode. In my head, I thought they were going to be jumping ahead to the Wookiee hunt. They're not. The girls are little, and we're getting the.
By the way, I want to point this out. Okay, so Anakin was around the same age as these kids, right? Give or take a year, let's say, and they said he was too old.
Correct.
Nothing you're saying is wrong. There's no argument. And remember, this was a different time. This is the High Age or whatever it was.
High Republic era.
High Republic. This is the High Republic era, 100 years before all that other bullshit went down.
If I had to live on this planet with these witches, I would eat that entire tree.
Here we get some bad CGI bird things, whatever they are.
I thought it was a butterfly.
What was her direction? Make a pouty face and stare at that tree.
Yes, make a pouty face and stare.
It's no different than what the main actress gets. They're like, shake your lip into the camera. Look sad.
So,
by the way, I wanted to bring this out. Yeah. They have never shown Osha to use the Force. It's only been May.
Nope. Correct.
Yep. Now, Osha's freezing the thing here, and then May comes in, and she's being a little bitch. May is a terrible child. May should have been beaten every day of her fucking life. Yes, Matt.
Right away that she's evil. You know what I mean? Like there's no even pretense about it.
No, she comes in. She's bad. She's bad right off the fucking bat.
Boosh.
Yeah. It's the haircut that just keeps giving.
The sideshow Bob.
Correct.
Yeah, when you go into the barber and you're pointing at the ones on the wall, I'd like the sideshow Bob, please. That's well done, Sammy.
Beard, can you confirm this?
It's my new backstory now. I'm going with it.
Okay.
I just retconned
we
my
have
life.
added to the lore. We've added to the lore of Beard.
So the kids are out here in the woods. They're not supposed to be here. May is trying to kill the little thing. Osha's like, why do you always do that? And May's like, why do you always run off? And I fucking hate these children immediately.
And how do they force using superpower lesbian parents not know one of your children is evil? How do you not sense that?
Here's where they do their little...
As they say,
because they are evil.
Good or evil, it's about power.
Yeah. In those
These are witches.
Yeah, and by the way,
evil people say that.
Yeah, I don't want to jump ahead, but the Jedi are kind of like, we could take them both. It was like, why would you want May? It was like.
I really
then the child will naturally grow up gay. That just isn't. That's I can't even argue with that, Mark of Reality. There are a lot of messages that
the show said.
It doesn't work the other way around.
If identical twins grow up in a gay environment, one's going to become evil. That's what this says.
Okay, I like it.
Here's where Horned Lady shows up.
Yeah, she says she carried them.
Fabric.
Why do they not have horns and shit?
Exactly.
Because she didn't create them.
Well,
She's just the
carrier.
Yeah, the surrogate.
The vessel.
Yep.
She's a different species.
No, but we don't technically know.
Zabrak and humans can cook.
Okay.
How do we know where their bits are? I don't know where their bits are.
Mando, how many Zabraks have you been?
Yeah. How do you know that?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know the answer to that.
I want to know the answer.
You are under no obligation to answer that question.
That's something you learned in jail.
It is. There was a couple of lovely Zabrak women in my cell with me.
I'm a Zabrak.
And we had a nice time.
Their bitch.
Once you go horned.
It's all about the horn.
So the Horn Lady is taking them back, and she's kind of pissed off. You got Master, but not Master yet. He's just Saul at this point. I think.
And-
I totally missed this.
He's
part.
a knight.
Yeah, he's creeping around behind the tree. He's like, "Yo, look at that horn bitch and them kids."
He likes some horns.
And now, as soon as you walk in here, because you didn't necessarily know, you kind of knew it was coming. Well, as soon as they walk into the place here, ain't not one dude. It's all ladies. It's a lady factory. Lots of lady loving.
Who built this place?
Probably.
They found it already
probably.
built.
Okay,
they probably came there and killed all the men and took over.
Right,
Probably.
But they have a power generator. So who's the
they do.
engineer? So who's the engineer that keeps that thing?
It's nuclear power.
I think whoever said it is right. That,
girls in STEM, right? Girls in STEM, got it.
They used the thread.
Important. So now they're getting.
They found it.
Yeah, I think because they're in exile. Remember, we get all this speech about during the fingering ceremony we get the speech.
Yeah.
So now they're getting offered some kind of freaking space treat, and the horn lady says not until after your ceremony, and then.
Tell your mother.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Yes.
mother
Space
comes
cream.
up.
Yes.
It's
Oh my
space
God.
cream.
Yes.
It's space cream made
Lord, this
from
drove
the
me.
Purgle poo.
Yes.
This is the permissive mother who just wants to what did she say?
appears to be wearing a chest
sweet
binder.
children need to have sweets or some fucking horrible. I threw up when she said it. Emperor Doomsday, welcome.
This is the one that said Star Wars has always been very patriarchal, and my character is a strong leader. Yes.
But she's terrible. She's not.
Oh my God.
Over.
What if she's Smilo Ren and then they reverse it and she's like, Osha, I am your mother.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't think so.
But the fact of the matter is that
They've done. They've made us believe that a male character was a male the entire time, and then they took the mask off and they magically turned into a woman. So
True.
I don't.
They did that in Black Widow. They got no problem doing that.
Another brilliant, another great stroke of writing there. So here's where they're just kind of talking about discipline of the children. I think they realize the Jedi are on the planet at this point as well. Because I believe the question gets asked, did the Jedi spy you? She's like, no, I don't
terrible job hiding behind that tree.
Yes, he did. Yes, Master Saul, who's still my favorite character on this terrible show.
I will to him. He's acting his ass off in this show.
They're searching.
His acting is
they're
good.
searching this planet.
Is the best they can do. I mean, God.
Yeah.
The Jedi are searching the planet, but they can't see this mountain-sized structure.
Hey.
Flaccid. If I had known this video, this series would be this bad. If I had the option to go back in time and just watch the Two Girls One Cup versus watches this, I would probably make that choice now. But the jug is broken, as they say, so it's just too late. And say hello to our good friend Zax.
And his shoulders.
And his shoulders, because it goes without saying. 2 a.m. Taco Bell is not necessarily a good thing. I say that from experience coming home from gigs. That's the only place open. And so you order, 6 tacos, a burrito, and maybe a chimichanga, and you eat all that. And then at 4 a.m., then you have it's reverse osmosis, whatever it is. It's not good. It's not good.
Zax.
I'm just wondering.
Zax's shoulders, the power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
No, you gotta say it like an ass clown though. Many.
Oh God, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's terrible. And this is if I want to try to change my perspective while I'm watching it, Jay, but it's just so hard. Yes, I made it to the Z therapy session. Yes, you have made it to Z therapy session. Welcome.
The therapy session is in session.
Not Luke big fan.
If they thought this episode was going to make us think that the Jedi were bad and these women were poor innocent women.
No,
oppressed.
They failed miserably.
No,
they
they
did an
never
awful job.
did it. They never did it.
No.
You're
So,
right, because go ahead.
I'm still wondering, does Squid Guy ever say to himself, I learned English for this fucking show?
I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
He literally learned English in order
What
to be
the
on this
fuck
show.
waste of time was this?
No, they come across as zealous, paranoid,
Yes.
and the Jedi are just coming across as concerned and
As Jedi.
No, and
As
the
Jedi.
only people who would see them as villainous are the people who are writing the show, and then all it is just because men have equal power to women in this.
Zax, I would normally. Here's the problem. With we have to discuss this. If we don't talk about the destruction of the lore, it just happens. And I know people. I'm giving the tiny amount of us that are watching this show for content's sake isn't giving them the numbers boost. We are such a small group out there. And I mean, the normies aren't watching this shit either, though. I mean, there aren't many people watching the series. This series is doing worse ratings wise, if I could learn to speak, than Ahsoka did, and Ahsoka did not good. So
they're bragging that 4.5 million people watched it.
Yeah, splendid. But we do need to talk about the destruction of the lore. I mean, it's not going to. Us talking about it's probably not going to stop it, but it does help let other people who may not be aware of how horrible it is know about it. Maybe. It's not all echo chamber in here. I hope it's not. Anyway, I want opposing opinions. I want other people to. I like people to talk. Well, I like this aspect of it. We can have a discussion about that. But if we don't talk about it, then it's just there. It's just the library's on fire and no one's talking about it.
I can say one positive thing about the show so far is that the locations, not the sets, but the locations they show are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like the planet looked cool. There's like the beach scene with
there's things about this that are good but it's completely overcast by the many problems.
No, and like Sammy and Shieldwall. The grand locations, but as soon as you go like specific location, every fucking place on this show is the same bullshit generic Star Wars village that they all are. They all look exactly the fucking same. All the wardrobes are exactly the fucking same.
Yeah.
There is no diversity of culture. It all looks like the same fucking shit, except this planet just happens to be inhabited by all fucking broads. But other than that, if you just look at it, it looks like every other fucking modern era Star Wars location, just generic bullshit. It's like they moderned everything after Mos Eisley to a degree, except less interesting.
Here's another thing. If you think of the Lucasfilm, the 6 Lucas movies, plus Rogue One, plus the first seasons of Mandalorian, right? And then compare them to like this or Obi-Wan or whatever, these later shows look like they don't wash their clothes. They look dirty and grungy. Like they made of cheap materials and like how Robotech is made out of really bad bathrobe terry cloth, like what the girls had on before. And look how dirty those tunics that they have on. Do they have a washing machine or a Space Fortress?
Well, apparently the witches don't do laundry. What do you expect? The ladies do the laundry?
They don't got
all the
look at the floor. They don't got a broom either.
There's no
to
do maintenance.
Well, you can look in the back. All the garbage. You're right. Didn't even catch that.
You would think.
The floor's a mess. Who's sweeping this? Who's sweeping the place? Where are these ladies? So I want to say hi to. There's 73 people watching the show right now, so I want to say hi to all of you. Thank you for being here tonight. So right now, Nice Space Mama is doing some kind of bullshit magic stuff with a pear or something. And then I
thought it was just never mind. I was about to say I thought it was an orange, and I was like, oh wait a second. Never mind.
I don't know, some kind of space fruit, just like this entire coven is made of space fruit.
Purgle droppings.
So now she's going to demonstrate the power of one and she just bounces the bitch back just like it's no big deal. Then the power of 2, whatever. It's like they're doubling up their force powers on her. Okay, swell, that's great. She still kicks him back pretty easy. But in the background, the 2 girls start fucking fussing and fighting, and I want to slap them both. Yep. It's like they've never fucking had parenting ever.
Well, clearly
father was home. The father was home. Sorry.
Yeah, but clearly the evil one had no parenting, you know. But then you get this whole nonsense about the power of 2. We know, like, to quote Yoda almost directly.
Is there a? Oh no, yeah, sorry, no quarter. Yeah, it's not an open stream, so I apologize. I please hang out with us, but yeah, it's not an open stream.
Yeah, that's what I mean by it's not that kind of stream. Sorry, my brain. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Is it's not an open stream for anyone to join. We have been working on this panel for a while.
Yeah.
So our good friend Copa is out there. Copa, how are you doing? Yeah, this is the 2 girls, 1 force. Yes, that's exactly what it is, buddy. So these kids, now this is like a serious session. They're in front of everyone and they're behaving like this. What the fuck have you been doing for parenting, 2 space ladies?
That's because the Zabrak lady wants to punish them for being outside of the fortress without permission, but the other mother, who's the ruler, who obviously wears the pants in the family, says
the permissive one.
Right. Yeah. They want to eat the little cream cake things. The Zabrak mother says no.
Oh, and really, you couldn't come up with anything better than spice cream?
Hey,
whatever. I mean,
that's a good bit of writing, buddy.
Yeah,
I want some
fucking return. My point is that there's no accountability for these kids from the parents at all.
And considering these are all lesbians, with the amount of scissoring, I wonder what they use for cream.
Oh, sweet mother of God, man! So
they probably have those things that Luke was getting his milk from, and they could use that for.
Oh, the teats. So let's say my son Jake of the Empire, when he was a child, comes into the house of the Empire, and he sees Twinkies on the counter, and he's like, "Oh, I want a Twinkie." And Mrs. of the Empire says,
"How was that again?"
If you got, I want a Twinkie. He's very small and British somehow.
British, little Lord Fauntleroy.
And Mrs. of the Empire says, "No, you've got to do your homework first, Jake of the Empire." And I come in and then he bursts out. My sweet young lad deserves a Twinkie. Mrs. of the Empire will have my ass, and it's it. It's over. I mean, the dynamic of the relationship between these 2. I get it. One's the leader and one is the horned wife person, but they're still supposed. Unless there is no parenting, it's just the other woman is just fully in charge. I don't know. I got the impression that they were a couple, but whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't. So the nice mother then pushes them over and says, "Your enemies won't wait till you're paying attention," or some fucking thing. And then she makes them do the thing.
We don't need any of this, by the way. Like they can skip from here to the Jedi showing up. We know the
this is all irrelevant. Yes.
Are they training an army to fight the Jedi? Because if they are, that is a open threat to the Jedi. So
I'd rather change Biden's diaper than watch any of this. Salty, that's I can't even say you're wrong. But remember, we watch, so you don't have to.
Okay, hang on. I just want to point something out right here. This is the theory that they have of the thread. It's something that binds, that intersects with everyone, blah 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 blah. But it's not a power anyone can wield. And yet she wields it the entire time with levitation, a force push. You can't even, these folks can't even keep their own cannon straight.
The way they describe it being a thread, that's from Wheel of Time. They stole that from Wheel of Time. And Headland is not bright enough. Is not bright enough to read the books, so she took it from the Amazon show.
Yep. You know, I did. I thought I was thinking about that. So I don't know if any of you have bothered watching the Wheel of Time show or even any
season
part of
one.
it. It's terrible, and I think we can all agree on that. But he's 100% right. This episode reminded me of the Wheel of Time on Amazon and how fucking terrible that is. This is like a weird fucking clone of that. It's terrible. Are you giving 1,000 times more thought than? Well, yes. If we wrote this, it would. Well, one, you wouldn't have this at all, Salty.
By the way, to explain what they're shitting all over, by the way, so the real Witches of Dathomir from the Lucas's EU, basically, they're nothing like this. They're basically warrior monks who are dedicated to the light side of the Force. So dedicated to the light side of the Force, they think the Jedi aren't pure enough. Okay, and they train in fighting and combat and like aestheticism and stuff like that. And they use the Force as spells, like they call them spells. Basically, they manipulate the Force, kind of like in Naruto, to a good example, jutsu. You know, that's kind of how they manipulate the Force. And then the evil ones, the Night Sisters, are dedicated to the dark side. So that's where that all comes from. And they're just shitting all over a cool concept, you know, for like whatever the hell this is supposed to be, which is pure garbage. Like, how are you supposed to fight the Jedi when we know that Yoda, or I believe Yoda or Dooku said, the only reason you have a lightsaber is when your Force powers are equal. If you overwhelm them with Force power, you just break their necks and walk away. You know, it's like, so what are they doing? Nothing they could do could beat most Jedi Knights. They could just ragdoll them with the Force and it's over. You know, what are these stupid witches learning? And I didn't mean witches; I meant another word.
Who are these?
You can use all the words on the show. That's the nice thing about our show is we give.
Who are these witches?
We let the free flow of vocabulary happen.
Are they their own like?
I think what they're trying to imply is they are an offshoot of the Witches of Dathomir. That's my theory.
You have to guess though, because they actually don't fucking say anything. They don't even imply anything. They just kind of throw witches out there.
They're their own thing. I guarantee it. They don't want to use anything else.
The Night Sisters are a specific group. They're not a mixture of different races. They're
this is its own thing.
Right. This is a mixed
right.
bag.
I'm just theorizing maybe like where like a couple of the original witches for this coven might have come from, because they didn't just pop out of you know what? They might have just popped up out of nowhere. What do I know?
What these witches are supposed to represent are all the disenfranchised people that that can't be in Star Wars or you know what I mean, are not real Star Wars fans or whatever. So they're supposed to be basically inserts for Leslie Headland and all her people that are writing stuff that feel.
I don't want to insert anything into Leslie Headland.
They're oppressed and marginalized. But after you see this show, you realize that there's a reason for that. Nobody wanted to let him into the space.
Leslie Headland got her people ready for Weinstein.
Well, yeah. So right now, now Horn Mama senses that something's going on. Probably, something with the Jedi. I don't know. She gets a vibe, and then they kick the kids out. Whatever.
Okay. Well,
but
did they also?
None of this was necessary. Though. Yeah. Go ahead, Joker.
I'm just gonna say. So when we get to a certain point, when head lady, which we haven't got her yet, but it's just in my brain now. When she says, "No violence, that's not who we are," and literally holds someone's brain hostage.
Yeah, that's a different kind of violence, though. That's not masculine violence. Masculine violence is weapons. Gosh, yeah, it's fuck off, writers. You're terrible. So this entire scene that we watched was unnecessary. It didn't serve a purpose. Yeah. You could have probably cut 20 minutes out of this episode that was just kind of filler bullshit that didn't actually play into the larger part of the episode. So they jumped to this next scene, and now Osha's mopey because she don't want to do the ascendant ceremony and become a witch. I don't think I want to become a witch. Yes, you do. And then I hated this scene a lot as well because there's a lot of
Osha.
forced things in this scene. Osha doesn't want to be a witch.
Osha,
May keeps talking
Osha
for her. Go ahead, Jacob. Go
Osha
ahead.
didn't want to do the ascension because it's dangerous for the workplace. Okay.
Right.
Oh, I hadn't considered that. That's actually, the guidelines aren't written well enough, and there aren't enough safety precautions.
I will say, as far as the children fighting, having a younger sister, it is correct. This is how my sister and I would sometimes fight and argue. And me being the older sister, I knew what my sister needed, and I knew that she needed me to speak for her sometimes. So I will say that is accurate for sister.
So, Mando, was your younger sister dedicated to the dark side of the Force and destroying things?
She was a little shithead, is what she was, and I was trying to protect her. But
Mando,
my little brother was kind of evil, so
what those kids did in the chamber in front of everyone was completely unacceptable behavior. My children, the children of the Empire, would have never done that shit. At home, in private, it's gloves off. But if you're out in public, if you are in front of other people, you are not going to have an ass left after that because you violated all the rules. And that's what they did.
Being around because mostly I was like my sister and I was around my grandma, and we wouldn't have pulled that with my grandma. But my mom, who is an alcoholic and all of that, it was all no holds bars. Like we would have done shit like that.
Why does my beer taste like blood? Oh, that's probably not good. All right. So this scene I thought was really weird. So again, the whole point of the scene is Osha doesn't want to be a witch. May wants her to be a witch. The mama wants to force it. But
for those of you here in the second hour, Roman will have a stroke live on television.
I may. So she makes them hold hands, which I thought was weird. And she makes them tell them that they love each other. Tell her you love her. This is some weird shit. This is Leslie Headland fucking Epstein couch stuff. Hold her hand. Tell him you love him. This is fucking weird shit. This is not normal parenting stuff.
This is what happened. This is what happened in Harvey's office, even though she knew nothing about it.
Nothing.
That sounds like grooming a little bit.
It does. I mean, it does. Hold her hand. Tell her you love her. It creeped me the fuck out. That scene I just thought was just.
Don't look in the camera.
All right, now the ladies are all pointing down in the hole, doing magic stuff. So now we're getting ready for the fucking the ascension ceremony. And stupid May, I fucking hate May so much. I hate child May an awful lot. How many space sweets do you think you're gonna eat? I think I'm gonna eat at least 4. And the other one's just spice creams, whatever. It's a stupid gay name.
Mm-hmm.
And so Osha, to her credit here, and I like the child character of Osha better. She's like, I don't want to do all the same shit you want to do. Can you just fuck off and leave me alone for a second?
Yeah, I did like that.
No,
I thought that was good.
No, you can't. I'm your sister, and I know better.
Yeah, I have to do everything. You have to. We have to be. We're one. Fuck off.
Then May could be like, I find your lack of faith amusing, Osha.
Because the force choker ass.
Yeah.
I find your lack of the thread.
Okay, now we are getting to. I will say this is the worst scene in Star Wars of all of Star Wars.
Yes,
this is worse than Ewoks.
This is
worse than
rock
Jar Jar
bottom. We have discovered rock bottom.
This is the worst cringe I've ever seen.
This
honestly, I was laughing. I was laughing my ass off.
This is
I will
strange.
Say
go ahead.
I will say often I am black belt on Star Wars. This scene wanted me to go full uranium-238 build.
Yeah, no, you're not. This was so disconnected from fucking anything resembling Star Wars that this was very sexualized, and that was. There's no way that wasn't on purpose. The way that they're moving, the way that their motions are, their looks, their facial, they are all but actually scissoring in this scene.
They did the same thing in Wheel of Prime.
This absolutely rings of those trendy things where women go out into the woods and like scream and dance around.
Yes, and beat the ground with a stick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
What is wrong with you, women? Why did you do
Not
that?
only they do that, they could do that for free. They pay like $1,300 a pop to go do that.
Yeah.
Okay, then
I want to say this. Hold on. I want to say that at this point, I'm no longer angry. This is now. I'm not gonna get angry with I'm not gonna get angry with Disney Star Wars. It is literally it has now gone to complete mockery. Just absolutely mock it, ridicule it. That's where I'm at now with this.
Yep.
No, this was I'd say they jumped the shark with this, but I mean the show jumped the shark all on its own.
Yeah,
a while ago.
But
this was so much worse than I ever imagined it could be. So Mama comes out and they exchange a look. It's grand. And this is where she gives the speech about, we were in exile. We haven't, this is the first time we've done this ceremony since, we came here. And then we got the miracle of life. Huh? Oh, you space witches did some evil bullshit.
So
and
I have a prediction.
Look at these expressions. Look at the expressions on their faces. What the fuck is that?
So I got a prediction, by the way.
It's
because men have to be evil, it's going to turn out that some man got them pregnant with the Force.
Wait, what?
No. They don't need a man.
No, they don't need a man.
No man.
They need men to be evil. So Darth Mysterious, whatever the hell he's going to be, he's going to be the one that impregnated them with the Force, and so he could have his evil apprentice.
Oh, are you talking what Darth Gimp?
Whatever.
He's wearing the Gimp. He's wearing the Gimp mask.
No.
Yeah.
Smilo Red. The Gimp. Yeah, there's a lot. There's some good nicknames
Cannoli!
Mr. Cannoli.
Darth Vaginitis. Darth Vaginitis. There you go.
Darth Vaginitis. Actually, I know what Darth Vaginitis is.
Power of many.
Roman, check the private chat.
Why is there an exclamation point on the screen?
Okay.
Power of many.
What
Do you guys see it now?
Help me, Mando. What am I looking at here?
There's an exclamation point on the screen.
Yeah, Matt, what you don't see is there's a roach standing underneath it. He's got a
private chat. Salty shared something with me.
Oh, God. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know what. It's an awful lot. It's an awful lot. It's too much for me.
That exclamation point is a warning that stone is flammable.
Yeah. If May and Osha are joining this cult, wearing like cultist feminists or whatever, why are they dressed like 70s disco outfits with that shiny gold crap?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they have finished the next
They're going to start dancing to that Rasputin song.
The power of BG.
Oh God, it's coming! It's coming! And actually, Jake from Ironside made a nice video for this.
Yeah, Abba.
So and I did want to say hi to Steve. I just showed his quote, but yeah, my friend Steve, my frenemy on the interwebs. I love and hate Steve. We have a beautiful dynamic. So Steve is like the mean mother, and I'm the good mother, is the way I would look at this in our relationship. So now they're doing the whole ascension bullshit ceremony, and I hated this so much. And I'm actually going to take this opportunity to share the video that Jacob made here.
Yes. I can't wait.
So brace yourselves, everyone, because it's a coming.
Power of one. The power of two, the power of many.
You serious?
The power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
Yeah, so I felt like Tom Hanks there in my living room watching this scene, because it is the cringe level on this scene was
Yeah, it's so bad. You think how many people?
It's a never-ending. It's a never-ending bowl of breadsticks. Is the
I mean, somebody looked at this and said, "This is good." With all the
they
cheesy,
did. Someone approved
overacting,
this.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's just everything about it is bad.
Somebody wrote this. Somebody said, "Yes, make this happen." Somebody filmed it. Somebody read lines. And at no
Somebody
point,
practiced that song.
and then did anybody say this is shit?
And remember,
and even
math
when
is
they
done
stopped,
right, if math is done right, then each episode of this series has more budget than Godzilla minus one.
Yeah.
You remember last week?
Even when the chant is actually done and they're doing other shit, that fucking they're still playing that. They're not doing it anymore, but they're still playing it like it's a background music thing at this point.
Yeah.
Going on afterwards. And it was just like, fuck! Why? Why would you do this? Why would any fucking satanic asshole cunt creator do this kind of thing to any audience? But they did. So good job.
And to follow up on what Joker said, okay? Remember last week I read the quote from George R. R. Martin about all these hack writers taking existing products and thinking that they can do better with them. This is yet another example of that.
Yep.
Yeah, this George Lucas, young George Lucas, if he saw this, not old George Lucas. Old George Lucas is compromised. We can't count him. But young George Lucas, the man who actually gave us Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, would look at this and go, what in the sweet fuck is that?
Well,
Roman, I want to add to that. I want to add to this to a bunch of folks out there who say that good, who love to still herald as the George Lucas's of Apprentice. Keep in mind, folks, Dave Filoni approved this.
Yes. Yep. He could have stopped it and didn't.
Filoni, the problem with Filoni is he's a guy who has a couple, like 1 in 10 of his ideas are good. He needs to be working for someone who has control of him to filter out the crap. You know?
Add a heading, nailed it.
Filoni, here's a reference you'll get, Joker. Filoni is the Vince Russo of Star Wars.
Yes.
He has like 1 in 10 good ideas, but you can't let him run anything. You know?
No.
But exactly. Even, go back to Lucas, right? Lucas's script for Star Wars were not great. They were average scripts. The dialogue was kind of crappy. Everyone says that, but it was all 100 times better written than this garbage.
Well, yes. Well, and actually, and even to that point, Matt, the original Star Wars scripts for the first 3 movies, the original 3 movies, the only 3 movies that actually fucking matter, in my opinion, are light years better than the dialogue in the prequels. The dialogue in the prequels is exceptionally bad.
Wow, the dialogue in the original was changed by all the actors.
Wow, Prophet of Dragon. Wow, that is.
Oh, wait, which one? Whoa! Hey, that's a little bit low.
Yeah, she had a little too much of that spice cream.
So Mama's like, hey, fucking swear on my life or some fucking bullshit that you'll take the oath and fucking be a witch.
Okay.
And she's like, oh yes, I'll be a fucking witch. And then she does
but again, the arrogance of that statement. Swear on my life.
Yes. But it fits in with the rest of it, though. I mean, that line fits in with the rest of this setup very well.
Does.
So the bad one becomes a witch. So she's now got the witchy woo powers. But then she asks, and then she's standing there, everybody's all smug, looking at each other, all fucking stupid bitches. And then she asks the other one, and she's like, "Do you swear?" She's like, "Yes," with a question mark. The question mark is hanging there, big as life. And then she starts getting ready to do the fucking witch bullshit thing. And then the Jedi show up. Thank God. And stop it.
Yeah, the Jedi showed up right before they threw the girls down the pit.
If only.
Oh. And then they show up. Hey, the fucking Jedi are here. And everybody's got.
By the way, I guarantee that's a dude. That they had to include one. That guarantee that voice massively taller than anybody else whenever they're standing next to him. I guarantee that. I guarantee it.
And they also have like modern era compound bows.
Yeah,
or
they
something.
just got a
It's like,
bunch of
they
like
hit the
hunting
sports
bows out of-
warehouse. I
yeah,
mean,
sports warehouse. Yeah, that's it. They didn't even
Star
like try
Wars.
to put like lights on 'em or anything. Yep.
Because
Bow and
they spent all the
just
budget
plain bow and
on
arrows in Star Wars.
Maybe they
something
borrowed them from Rings of Power.
Oh Lord. Oh, the show's giving me acid. So Mama's like, drop your weapons, no violence, which we just talked about a second ago. And then the Jedi come in.
Which,
like,
by
yo.
the way, is the opposite of how the witches of Dathomir reacted to Jedi when they first met them, because they thought the Jedi were too soft and bordering on evil. Okay, so there was no, Yoda eventually came and explained things to them, like, no, we're not really evil or whatever, and gave them the Jedi teachings. But this is they continue to grape the actual witches of Dathomir concept with this stupid show. Okay, it's like Leslie Headland skimmed over the Wikipedia for these concepts, and witches, they must be lesbians.
Lesbian witches. It's like everyone loves lesbian witches.
Yeah,
apparently all witches are lesbians.
So here's my supposition for how they wrote this show. They went in and they said, all right, we're going to make a show, and it's going to be about lesbians and men being bad and all this kind of stuff. And then they're like, all right, now we need to come up with a story that revolves around this. And they went from there. And if anybody hasn't realized by now, with watching these shows, is once Disney took over, I've said this before, but once they took over Star Wars, canon no longer matters. What happened in the previous episode no longer matters.
Yeah.
It's only what is expedient to what they want to write for the next episode.
We're living in the Cartman era of Star Trek.
Yeah. Yes.
Put a chick in it and make it gay.
But even if they try to put a male character in there, they still wind up screwing it up because they don't follow what the previously established in like either the first season of the show or the previous episode. Even they just do whatever they think is cool and would be fun, and that's it. And they don't think about other stuff.
I think Leslie Headland just liked the craft growing up, and she's like, I'm putting in a weird witch thing.
The craft was way better than this show.
I would watch the craft it is so much better. And I like that girl with the fucked up teeth in the craft.
She
She's
watched
in the
that
water
show.
So
the show, what was that show? Charmed. That's what
Charmed. That's a better one. Yeah.
Oh
She
Lord,
watched Charmed.
that's probably a better example. So here
by
we
the way,
have
this is supposed to be younger Carrie Ann Moss, right?
Yeah, no, she looks exactly
older.
the same, because the
But
problem
she
is,
looks
and no offense,
older
Carrie Moss,
to me.
but she's just old. She's right around my age. They didn't de-age her, nor did they like age her in the opening episode. She looks exactly the same. Now, young Torben, he looks normal here, so I don't know how he got so fucked up looking.
Yeah, in
I think
16 years he's going to age he's going to age 30 years in 16.
Yeah, he does not look good. I don't know if floating in the air hasn't been kind to him.
What's going to happen is in the next episode we're going to find out that it wasn't May that burned the place down. It was really Jedi, and he had something to do with it, and that's why the reactor blew up and jacked up his face, probably.
Yeah, we'll get there because some things happen. I don't think she's going anywhere, though. I don't think Headland's going anywhere. But anyway. I love Salty. Thank you.
I think part of what they're going to explain about him looking like he's 180 after 20 years is the guilt just weighed upon him that he was the one who murdered all of these poor innocent women of color.
Maybe he did. I don't. Although I don't know how.
It's gonna be that white guilt.
We're not there yet, though. We're getting ahead. Let's not get ahead of ourselves in this.
Sorry.
We are jumping ahead. Who just said that? It's subtle, actually. Said that the blonde Jedi, the young Jedi, Torben, looks like Napoleon Dynamite. Here it is. Hey, Torben, I need you to secure the outside of the castle here. Oh, God.
So I guess $5 million of this episode's budget was used on the hairspray for that one dude in the background.
Maybe.
I can believe it. So the Jedi are there, and they're like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing here, Jedi?" And the Jedi are like, "We didn't think the planet was inhabited." And then they're like, "Hey, you got fucking kids here, bitches." No, we don't. You know, and the Wookiee's like, I don't know. And he's like smelling out the kids like Joe Biden. And then the kids, and then the first one that comes out, of course, is Osha, because she likes the Jedi. Although I'm going to ask a question, and I don't know if anybody can answer this for me or not. They've been living on this fucking planet by themselves for their entire lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck do they know what a Jedi is?
They don't.
No, they haven't lived there their whole life. They migrated there.
The kids.
Oh, the kids. Okay, the kids.
Yeah.
So it's a very closed society. You control all the information.
Right. That's just it. They would think that they would be told that the Jedi are the most evil things that are out there. Yeah.
Yeah, if you know what a Jedi is, there's no fucking way that you would ever want to be one, because the information in the closed society has told you exactly what a Jedi is. So, but Osha's like, I think the Jedi are good. I want to be a Jedi. And everybody's like, oh, no, Jedi bad.
At the risk of giving the show's writing some credit, we later on find out that she's been having dreams or visions or something, and she's been drawing the Jedi symbols in that.
Oh, you're pulling something here, Beard.
That's right.
Maybe they did this. And then Saul's like, "What is your name?" I think you would make a good Jedi. I've only known you for 4 seconds. And she's like, "Bring out your sister." And she's like, and then of course they drag out poor May, and he's like, "Fuck, that bitch looks crazy." Then he offers Osha a lightsaber, which is an incredibly dangerous weapon to give a child. Just
whoa. Okay, well,
by the way, she points it directly at his face.
It used to be an incredibly dangerous weapon. With Disney, not so much.
It's only dangerous to men.
Well, then he's in great danger. Don't wait. What? Okay, I don't understand, but I'm okay with it. Oh, this is terrible. Yeah, so he just gives her a fucking lightsaber, and he's like, "Oh, we need to do the tests," and she's like, "I'd like to be a Jedi. Yes, I'll go with you. I think Jedi are fantastic." And they're like, "No, fuck no." And this is where, and then they take over young Master Torben.
They use the thread as a weapon, even though they
they're using and they fuck him up. He's all out of it. And this is where Carrie-Anne Moss says something incredibly stupid. She's like, mother fucking witch lesbian lady, you know the Jedi have a right to test the child, with your permission, of course. It was the last part of the line that I found fucking completely ridiculous. You know the Jedi have a right to test the children for the Force, with your permission, of course. Either you have it or you don't.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this. The minute, the absolute second that the mother super witch took over the Padawan's brain, the
fucking
Jedi
done. Lightsabers, heads off.
They would have cut them down. That's an attack.
But not here, my friend. Not here on Lesbian Planet. On Lesbian Planet, everything's fine. Hey, they took over his brain. You guys worried about that? Nah, it's fine. No big deal.
Wow, Jay. That is wow.
Oh god.
The only thing I can think of as to why they and this is me giving the people way too much credit, is that there's 4 of them versus an entire bunch of people.
The power of many.
Who are able to use the Force.
But they can only use one string of it. The Jedi can use all of it.
Oh, R2. Hey, R2. Good to see you, my friend. Fuck this shit show. Everyone involved should go to jail right away. I can't even argue that. So you know what? I think that line, with your permission, of course, that goes back to Hedlund's Epstein days, right? She's trying to distance herself from that. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
The only good thing in this whole show is this kid's hair.
Agreed. I can't believe what they did to him. Look what they did to my boy. He looks. It's like he got retarded when he went into his trance. And so they're like, yeah, you can do the fucking test in like 2 days or whatever. Oh, very good. Lots of
Didn't we learn to test if the midichlorian count in actual Star Wars?
I still go back to I hate the midichlorians.
I'm okay with it because the EU explains it away now. It's a reaction to the Force. It's not. No, it's going to give you the Force. It's a reaction to the Force. The EU explained it away. You know.
I guess I like the idea of original in A New Hope when Luke is like, I want to learn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi like my father. At that point, it was implied, because we have to go back in time before they changed everything, that you could learn the ways of the Force. It wasn't necessarily implied that it was something that was just in you or not.
Well,
that's what I got out of that. Though.
Luke was always uber powerful. Like
he was, but he didn't know that. I didn't even know if Obi-Wan necessarily knew it.
Yeah,
I want to learn the ways of the Force like my father, become a Jedi Knight like my father. That, like I said, at that point, as far as the audience was concerned, it was more of something. Yeah, you could learn this. Like you learned jujitsu or some fucking thing. Oh, which one are you laughing at? Which one?
R2's.
Talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beard, are you okay? Do we need to do an intervention? Is Beard all right? Someone go check on Beard, but don't go on his property. He will fucking kill you.
I don't know, man. I just don't
care. Are you okay?
I've gone full apathetic. I just don't care anymore. Like I can't even get angry at this. It's just
it's just time to mock it now. It's just time to mock it now.
Hey, at least the Christmas special had B. Arthur in it.
Just keep this in mind.
At least the Christmas special had B. Arthur.
This is my opinion. Disney Star Wars is just a small offshoot from original Star Wars. This is a thing that you just cut off and throw in the fire. It's nothing.
Yeah.
I have always, me personally, I guess this is because of my view on it before Disney even took over. When Disney took over and they said the EU was no longer canon, for me personally, I now view from that moment on, I viewed Disney Star Wars as fan fiction, and if something was good, I was like, okay, I can add that into the EU, my version of the EU. Like if it lines up with the EU, I might consider it canon.
You can have good fan fiction, but this isn't good fan fiction either.
Yeah, that's my opinion. Is there sometimes some things in Disney Star Wars was good fan fiction. Like I consider Rebels decent fan fiction.
Well, also the fact of the matter is they didn't dump all the EU.
No,
they canon, and yet they fucking rape that corpse every chance they get.
Mm-hmm. What happened is
it's something they want to like. Well, what about the blue guy? Let's bring him over. Huh?
What happened is this: Favreau and Filoni were told they could do their own TV show universe separate from the movies. So they said, "Okay, we'll pull some stuff back in if the fans like." And then it became so popular that the queen bitch herself decided she had to destroy it.
Yep.
But it's the same philosophy as new Star Trek and the Lord.
Oh Lord, why would you bring that up, Jacob? Lord,
Rings of Prime. No, I'm just saying it's the same. It's the same thing. They pick and choose what they want and throw out the rest, and they think they're doing better than the original author.
But in this. It's the same in so many franchises, though. We look at comic books today. We've talked about this on our regular show many, many times. When we look at comic books, TV series, movies, anything that's franchise that has been around and established for a very long time. The new wave has come in, and they are not like us. And they are the ones who are in charge of everything. And people say, well, yeah, but they're not making money, blah, blah, blah. It's not about making the money. It's not even about getting the message out there anymore, because the message is irrelevant, because if no one's watching it or reading it, no one's getting the message. It's about destroying the lore. That's what they are doing. They want to get rid of your modern myths. They don't want you to have a Captain Kirk. They don't want you to have an Indiana Jones. They don't want you to have a Han Solo. They don't want you to have the heroes that you grew up with that may have formed parts of your personality. They don't want that. They want beta males and lesbian women. That's what they want. And this is what they produce. So that it becomes no one cares about it anymore. No one cares about it anymore. So if no one cares about the things that are coming out now, unless you are introducing your kids to the old stuff, this is what's out there. And this is what they're getting exposed to.
And, at the end of this episode, right, I was sitting around thinking, while I was watching wrestling, because I need to distract myself, I was like, when you boil this show down to what the core subplot of it, right, it's about these two twins that were born, and there's this mysterious dark side user out there manipulating things, and maybe he's manipulated the twins and made one of them more lured to the dark side, and that could be an interesting story to see how the Jedi Order deals with this guy ruining someone like that. That's an interesting concept in the Star Wars universe you could explore. Plus what this show winds up doing is ruining taking a decent little idea there and wasting it and ruining it on the garbage they produced. Go back to the Book of Boba Fett, right? Most of us like the first two seasons to some extent or another. 1 second, Joe. Let me get this point. Then, right? And then they take the core of a good idea is there that most of us like the first, second season, and then they ruin it with everything that comes after. So that you can see the pattern over and over again. That's kind of what I'm saying.
No, Book of Boba Fett was absolute fucking. They took the great.
Well, I meant Mandalorian. The first season of Mandalorian.
Mandalorian 1 and 2 were good, and then they had to ruin it because they were creating too good a product, and they're like, can't have that.
Also, keep this in mind: these shows, these films from Disney, they're not written for us. They're written for themselves.
Yes,
they're written for
all self-insertion bullshit.
No. Well, it's to show how good it's to show how good they are at their cocktail parties, at their little get-togethers, when they're at Brian Singer's house and the other those. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to say.
Well, okay, so they think that if we stop complaining, right, the normies will start liking this stuff. And the normies
if we stop raising our voices, the normies won't.
They think we're the reason the normies won't watch this stuff.
Well, and you're right. They do blame us. Yeah, it's not Star Wars that's bad. It's the fans. And speaking of fans, I do want to say hi. We have 80 people watching the show right now. So thank you, all of you who are out there right now. We appreciate you being here.
Nice.
That's right now. There are more people watching this show than actually watch The Acolyte. So thank you for being here. Nosferatu the vampire. What? My good friend Nos, the Lord of the Undead.
I can see them. They make this to stroke their own egos. But they also like to dig at the original fans.
Yes.
They do it every opportunity they get.
Yep. Let's keep moving along through the plot here, though, guys. We got hung up a little bit on the why of it all. The space witches are like, hey, let's fucking hit them right now. It's night. They aren't expecting it. Let's go fucking kill those motherfuckers. And Nice Space Witch says, no, we have to let the test go
just
through.
Like that.
Which doesn't make any fucking sense, because you don't want them. You don't want the kids to go down there and be tested. But they're like, well, yeah, but the other Jedi will come, blah, 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 blah. You already made up your mind. You know something bad is going to happen. Whatever comes at this point, the Jedi are there. You are exposed. You either need to get the fuck off the planet or whatever, but you're exposed.
I want to say this: when the Zama Bibrak one says there's only 4, who is going to miss them? This is the Jedi, and even by how you are portraying them, they have such a tight rein on everything that goes around. They will absolutely be missed when they don't check in.
No, that's like anything. That's like, well, it's only 4 sailors. Who's going to miss them? Everybody has a chain of command they report to. That's a fucking idiotic statement. They aren't just fucking street people. They're not hobos, living in a camp by the fucking river. They're Jedi.
And there's a master with them. A Jedi master is with them. A Jedi master absolutely would be missed. Not saying like the others wouldn't be missed either because they're knights and
it doesn't matter if a fucking Padawan doesn't show up.
Yeah,
where it's supposed to be. Someone is going to notice.
How many stories like that start where you need to go check this out? So and so didn't report in. We need you to go investigate.
Also,
it's the start of many shows.
That girl on the far left, her headphone wires are too big.
Wow. The one on the far right might actually be a female.
Oh my god, that's the dude! That's the dude!
I told you.
Yes, I see the dude!
There's an Adam's apple hiding under there.
Oh, yeah, he's got to hide it with the.
You know what?
Is that the dad?
You know.
So this is where the witches are like. She's like, I carried them, and she's like, I created them. Fuck you, you fucking weird witch.
Well then, Miss Zabrak is like, and when the Jedi find out how you created them, do you want?
Now that's the thing, right? So that's some dark force bullshit. That's. So
I will say right away,
Joker,
the only
how
way
they created them
is if she's a Sith.
No, and that may very well be. Yeah. So, because I was going to ask,
get him. Beard.
So panel, and chat. I'm going to ask a question because I don't know the answer because I didn't read the books and all the other bullshit. Is witches magic in the Star Wars universe as it is that separate from the Force or is it part of the Force?
It's the Force.
Okay.
It's the Force.
So, so just to give a brief explanation, somewhere between 500 and 1,000 years before the Battle of Yavin, that's the calendar in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yep.
Correct.
Right?
So
a Jedi was exiled.
One quick question about that.
Yeah.
Are they Force sensitive, or is it just access the Force?
It's all the same thing. They could be Jedi, they could be Sith,
so I'm going to explain.
but they're witches.
That will show up in a brief explanation. Okay.
Okay.
All
right.
This Jedi is exiled. She happens to be female. She has some sort of like very Puritan type ideas of things, right? So she's exiled to go contemplate the Force or whatever. So she goes to this planet and finds all these sort of warring clans, some of whom are very Force powerful, and she teaches them about the Force, and they evolve. The witches evolve from that concept. Okay, I'm grossly oversimplifying things. Okay.
No, that's good. That works.
Yeah, and they become like warrior monk, warrior aesthetic, dedicated to the light side to extremes. Like so much so that like a Jedi who doesn't instantly kill a criminal, like they think the Jedi should act like the Punisher. You know what I mean? Like there's no mercy for the evil. And conversely, the Night Sisters who fall to the dark side are extreme in that fashion with the dark side. Like Palpatine and Vader just want to use the dark side, right? They want to go moo-hoo-ha-ha with the dark side and make everyone a slave and way over it.
So it's all the same shit.
Yeah, they accessed it in different ways.
Yeah.
Like
so
they utilize it differently.
Yeah, they had limited understanding of the Force because the Jedi female taught it them, but she died or whatever. So they thought the Force as spells. They made these spell ways to manipulate it.
Okay.
And eventually Yoda shows up and explains the actual stuff and gives them the lore, and they begin to moderate.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you for that.
Is this lady from the Pug people?
I fucking hate Potato Lady. Potato Lady, she just comes out. There can only be 2 outcomes here. There can be pass or fail. Because they're going to test the girls, and if the girls fail the test, then they stay. If they pass the test, they're going to take them. But this is terrible CGI. Is what I really hate about this. They could have just used an old broad. It didn't have to be like weird old broad. Could have just been an old broad. Instead, they have to make CGI potato old broad, which looks fucking terrible. This is like video game 1996 quality bad. So fuck off. And now the girls are...
Potato Lady is probably a lesbian as well.
Well, everybody's a lesbian. Everybody is a lesbian. I am a lesbian. You're a lesbian. Everybody's a lesbian now. So the girls are in here. They're talking to the fucking lady about doing, and she's giving them the skinny on this. It's like basically, hey, you guys gotta fucking fail this thing, otherwise they're gonna take you. And then May's all screaming at Osha, they're gonna take us. You'll be separated from us. You'll never see her again. Ah! Fuck off. And then we go down and we see the Jedi. I don't care about anything they're saying right now because it's all stupid.
Yeah, and
So now,
would you blame her for wanting to get away from her psychotic sister? She was like, that sounds like
I would want to get away from May every day of my fucking life because she is crazy and evil. And the entire coven is evil. And if you're the only one who's not evil, one, I don't know how that happens if you're raised in an evil environment. It's like
it's a fatherless home.
It is. Yeah, it's a typical fatherless home, actually. And the unfortunate thing is they used all the stereotypes here. So if we go back to like the Aztecs were a cannibal fucking society, but they were all cannibals. So they didn't really think that much of it. So it's like, you can't look at the other cannibals and go, hey, are we doing something wrong? They were all like, cool, we're cannibals. But these people, those people, they live in a witch coven. Yeah. So everybody here this is their society. This is all they know. So to think, and it's like that, the one clip with the Nazis, are we the baddies? They have no concept of what the baddies are. It's just, this is. So I go back to, how does Osha even have these concepts of not being, that's so fucked up. It's funny, but it's fucked up. Of what good and bad are. It just is. So anyway, they show up and you can tell that who's excited and who's not. She sees the starship and she starts getting all giddy and glowing, and the other one's like glaring at it like it's a giant turd in a field. Starship, generic starship, no big deal, whatever. Yeah. You have to lie. You have to promise me you're gonna lie. Fuck off. Okay, I promise. Whatever. Fuck off. Go away.
And they're Jedi. They would detect it if they were lying. Anyway,
yes, they would. This whole,
which they do.
The test is kind of bullshit.
Yes. It's complete bullshit. Because the test we saw in real Star Wars was a blood test.
Right.
So I gotta ask a question. Why do Wookiees always got to do slave labor? Because poor Chunk Baka's out here working on the goddamn speeder. Everybody else is busy. I don't even know why they have a speeder, but here he is. He's fucking God. By
the way,
why am I the one who always has to do this?
Why can't he perform the test? Come on.
Osha, here's another thing that Osha is also drawn to be able to repair mechanical things instinctively, like the big, like Anakin was. So they're trying to say she's like Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
She's not like Anakin. I can say that definitively.
No.
Well, she's like Anakin. She's too old to learn how to be a Padawan, but that's.
So she's looking at Chunk Baka. He's like, "Hey, what's going on there?" He's like, "Can you do my hair too? I would like to have my hair in that similar style."
That shaved head
and side head.
Okay, but why is he? Everything we have seen of the Wookiees, when have we ever seen them wear robes?
Well, he's a Jedi, so I think they probably have more of a strict uniform standard than just walking around with your freaking Wookiee thing hanging out.
Naked in the temple, you will not be.
Yeah.
Put red walking away, you will.
Yeah. Nude beach.
So Project, I think you're right. I think you're right there.
So like if Pippin was just walking around in polite society, he'd be wearing pants. So anyway, so the stupid girl comes out, May, and she smiles like, yeah, I failed the test. Because I'm a psychopath. And then they bring poor Osha in, and Tobin does a blood test on her. First she's like, does everyone get to carry one of those? He's like, once you've been trained well enough. So he takes her blood, and then they take her into the test. And this scene reminded me of the first Ghostbusters movie. And I know it shouldn't have, but it did.
Yeah.
I wanted them to shock her when she got the answer wrong. That would have been more fun.
It's a star. It is a star.
Some
wavy lines. some wavy lines or something. Sorry,
You
that's
can
your
keep
day,
your
isn't it?
$5, mister. We will. So they show her a Pokemon. She says it's a
lost cat.
Whatever. But they're lying with her. They're like, oh yes, you got the right answer. And she says, that's a fucking whatever. Oh yes, that's exactly a mountain. And she's looking at him and
was that a
and
miniature
then
version
and then
of
she
Cloud
fucks up though. She's like, that wasn't a she's like, oh, I finished. Are you lying to us? Who told you to lie? No rights for you. But that didn't go that way. It's just like, hey, did they tell you to fucking lie? And she's like,
Did they really?
yeah. And she's like, and he's like, do you want to be a Jedi? And she's like, yeah. She's like, then you have to have the strength to tell them. Okay, fine. That's easy for you to say. But he does tell her, there's thousands of kids that we've stolen from their parents in the Jedi Order, and you too can be one of them.
Yeah.
Trying to, but it's
did nothing wrong.
And then she comes out and she's got her head all down and shit. And she's like, you fucking bitch. And then
I just want to throw this out there. This Jedi has now groomed her and told her that you need to have the strength to tell your family that you want to be this thing
that you've never heard of before.
Uh-huh.
Oh, salty. That hurt me a
Seeing
little
some
bit.
parallels.
No, a little, well, shocking, right? So Chunk Baka here is just like, bye, ladies. Catch you on the other side. This is the best scene in the entire show right here.
So is their fortress intentionally meant to look like a V with a little point at the top that you're supposed to focus on?
Oh my God!
Vaginitis.
I actually hadn't considered that, but
well, now we know why the fire burned.
All right. Good night, everybody. I'm going out on a high note.
Beard.
They call it the Vortress.
Yeah. Oh
What's
my
that
God!
little,
Fortress
Thanks for
Vaginitis,
that,
the castle
Beard.
of Cunnilingus.
Yeah, what's that?
Beard just topped.
Is that a V?
Embers. I'm sorry, because you're broke Mando.
It's a V.
You just broke her.
Oh, holy
Oh my
shit!
Wow.
I just noticed that.
Yeah, actually, I
It's a
just noticed it too
giant
right
V
before I
in the
said it.
mountain.
Oh, it's not just that.
Yep.
Gosh. Oh
Anyway.
my God. Well,
moving on. I'm glad that went over well. We all needed
the mountain is the labia majora.
Oh God. All right. So now the kids are back in, and May's being a little bitch again. She's like, she broke her promise. She lied. And then there's a fight ensues. May acts like a fucking psychopath again. The horn lady has to drag her off. And then the nice mother's like, do you really want to be a Jedi? And Osha's like, I don't know what it is, but yes, I would. I'm going to pack my shit and leave now. Thank you. This is where things get even more weird, though. So
I love you. I'll kill you.
Yeah, I love you, so I will kill you. This is, again, psychopath behavior, though. So May confronts her, and she's like, you can't leave. And she's like, you can't stop me. And she's like, I'll fucking kill you. She steals her book. Okay, whatever. And then locks her in the room. And then
First
this
of all,
device.
fusion candles. What?
Yeah. So
What?
I don't know what.
Look at
the
that
source
dead-eyed
of this-
look in her eyes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like dead eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know what the source of this flame is, or if it's just like some kind of clever fire. I don't fucking know. Nobody
They
knows.
needed to have a fire, but then they realized, wait, this is Star Wars. People don't really have fire, so we have to create a future candle that she can then use.
Also,
it was just they came up with an idea before they ever give it thought.
So I'm gonna.
Here's a novel thought.
Go in
Here's
space.
a novel thought.
Go in space.
If you want a
can
giant
fire.
fire to destroy everything, why not make the village out of a wood? Maybe.
You mean not a
that might
giant?
make sense.
So Jacob, to that point, I'm going to ask a question though.
42.
Why the fuck does this look like it's like 1630 and they're in this fucking, actually more like 1040, and they're in this just big fucking stone fortress, right? And they've got, they have fire lighting the place. They do have electronics. They obviously have that giant power generator, but just the aesthetic is fucking medieval fucking fortress, except it's not. And then you have this magic fire that can burn through stone. That's fine. Got it. Whatever.
Well, see, they actually just built it out of styrofoam and made it look like stone. Previously, they all worked in the Hollywood industry, so they just built sets.
So it's cheap and flammable.
Yeah. Maybe it was built by women.
It works.
Sammy. Sammy, nice one.
The
Nice one,
witches,
Sammy.
the witches
women
carved
pilots, am I right?
into a giant piece of coal that they thought was rock.
I mean, it kind of looked like, volcano scene. I think they were trying to recreate the later on recreate the Mustafar.
One thing I know, Mando, is the writers of the show don't know how fire works.
Yeah.
No, that's the problem. They don't know how fire works. And here we have a young
out of pure magnesium.
We have a young black lady here demonstrating how to hotwire a car.
Also, for those of you who've done
nice job, Leslie. Nice job.
Right? That's solid stone, right? How did they get the wires to that point? Did they actually drill through solid stone?
That isn't. I can't get shit through my drywall, Joker or Matt. But yeah, but they can. Yes, they have these. Maybe they did it with magic, or with bad writing. So now stone is burning all over the place, like stone's flammable.
Well, it might be covered in like vaginal fluid or something. Is that flammable?
No,
Depends on the vag.
I smell something. Something familiar.
Yeah.
Something I haven't smelled.
What have they
in a
been
while.
eating?
Oil flammable.
Oh god damn it. So now OSHA's running around, and this is why we do have OSHA, by the way. It prevents incidents like this.
Oh yeah, the program was named after her. She burned the whole place down.
Yes.
Well, it is a long time ago in a galaxy far
away. So she comes out.
By the way, none of these two actresses do not look like identical twins. Like it was like
they don't.
Considering that it's gonna grow, she's gonna grow into a pair that's played by one actress. Parent Trap that shit. Pick
do you know what this
one.
scene reminds me of? You guys remember the pig shit factory in Mad Max 3?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
that's what this scene looks like to me.
Oh,
where's the Master Blaster?
Pig killer. So you're right. I think the bad one's eyes are further apart, like a fucking fish or prey creature. If I'm not mistaken, one of them, their eyes is a little bit.
She has those Sith eyes.
Yeah, and then Oshi looks like they just put a wig on the kid from Everybody Hates Chris.
They did.
So May is running up some stairs. She's like, "What have you done?" And she's like, yells back, "What have you done?" And it's like, that's fucking gay and stupid and bad writing, but whatever. Now shit's just blowing up all over the place.
What the fuck
This is why I don't think that fire that she started had anything to do with. I mean, they would have to burn uncontrollably in a giant facility like this. What was her room?
Through stone.
Yeah, was her room right next to the reactor? Or,
maybe Osha did it whenever she shorted out her doorway.
Yeah.
That would have been hilarious.
And then, but then here comes Master Saul at the time. He's just like, and because he ain't yelling for May though. He don't give a fuck about May. He's like, Osha, I don't give a fuck about your sister. Where are you? And trying to lure her out. And now they're just looking at each other. It's like, you jump, and no one jumps. And it just blows up. And
oh my goodness! Look, there's a divide physically between them, like it's forming between them.
Exactly. This was the worst fucking symbolic bullshit ever, because it is just this is sledgehammer symbolism. If you're curious what that looks like, that's exactly what it looks like.
Somebody wrote this and thought it was clever.
Look, they're on different sides of a bridge that's broken.
Yeah. Put a big vagina in the middle of it.
I am a middle-aged
Well,
obese person in bad shape, and I'm fairly sure I could jump most of that distance. I think a 10-year-old girl could do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
like no
hell
problem.
yeah.
It's like run,
yeah,
jump.
absolutely.
And they have the fucking force, man. They have the fucking force. They can use that shit. It's fine. No big deal. So they yell at each other for a second further. Everything collapses. And then the shitty one falls, and Saul saves the good one. I got you.
Also, we see them routinely using the force to grab people in the first 2 episodes. What the fuck was he doing there?
Because it was the shitty one.
The script needs.
No, he's physically grabbing her instead of just doing the forward pull.
Oh yeah.
They hadn't invented that yet.
It's like 16 years later.
The script because the script needs the.
Yeah,
he goes back to the temple. I wanted to say both of them, Master Yoda, but I can only grab one. He goes, "Advanced Force telekinesis class, you are going to right now."
Just like the current year leftist lesbian witches built a castle out of the most flammable shit in the galaxy, and then blame the patriarchy. And Salty, you don't have to use fake shit on this. You can actually spell shit out on my page. I'm not monetized, and I don't care.
How did they die like that?
Go for it.
Like there's no wounds, right?
No, they're just all laying there. No one looks like they're actually injured at all. There's no blood. There's no heads exploded.
I want to say it's
like a Heaven's Gate
that they're
situation.
they're just kind of knocked out.
Yeah, it looks like they're
lightsabers
stunned.
don't kill. But lightsabers don't
That's
kill.
what I mean. They're knocked out. They got stabbed by the lightsaber and they just got knocked out.
This looks like a
It's a mere flesh wound.
Like that Batman skit. Batman didn't kill people; they just go to sleep.
Yeah.
Maybe
If this
I
had
don't know.
been-
Maybe
if
they had a
this had
big
been-
Kool-Aid party right before this.
If this had been caused by any kind of concussive injury from something exploding, these people would not look like they look. They look like they just got gassed and fell asleep is what it looks like. It's
They
fucking
had
stupid.
too much
No,
sugar.
wow, Salty. No,
They had
Salty.
it-
Salty.
passed out.
Salty is it. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So here's what you need to do. You just and you have a pudding pop in your
Yeah,
order.
That's a good
we're gonna have a
comment
pudding
right
pop.
there.
Have the pudding pop.
Fuck off. Yeah, you're so right, Salty, because it's because none of it makes sense otherwise. None of it. It just look at these people. Look at them. The room is destroyed, and you have a bunch of fully intact bodies. It doesn't happen. It doesn't fucking happen.
Project, that is a much better song than the Power of One, Power of Two, Power of Many. I'm just saying.
Deck the halls with gasoline. Fa la 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 la. Strike a match and watch it clean. Fa la 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 la. Which is down and on fire. No, anyway. So everything's blowing up. Everything's on fire. She sees nice mama's on the floor, apparently dead, but we don't know because no one has any fucking injuries.
The stone is on fire.
Fire. We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn. Motherfucker burn. So, anyway, so the big vagina's on fire.
They've got a cream for that.
Yeah, put some ointment on
Spice
it.
cream.
Some
spice cream. Some spice cream.
Futuristic CPAP machine.
Is your giant wooden or a stone vagina on fire? Please try our spice cream. So now we're back.
So now I have to think, because of the fire in the giant stone vag, is the inspiration for that scene Lindsay Lohan?
Shocked from how bad the scene is written?
Yes.
So what happened to her?
Mando,
when she walked out of
you're right there,
there,
Mando. Mando, you good there?
Mando's stroking out on us. Oh my God.
To Osha, from when she walked out of there, basically, to the point that she needed advanced medical treatment with the space CPAP and whatever else that they're doing.
Smoking inhalation.
Yeah, exactly. She walked out of there. And then he's like, thank God you are okay. Well, no shit, motherfucker. She was fine when you pulled her out. Unless something
She
terrible
probably
happened.
climbed up on that bed.
I'm going to lay down here. And then we go into the...
What happened? What
For
happened?
as much shit
Are they
as,
all
as
dead?
I'm giving him, the
killed
actor,
everybody.
Lee Jung-jae does do a good job. He's
This
the
is
only one in
really
the show
good acting here. He's like, you
that
not feel like that
actually-
no more.
conveys emotion, though. He does.
Yeah.
He's it. He's the only guy on the show that conveys emotion.
You'll never
Everyone
feel
else
this
is
way
basically.
again.
I really feel
Step
sorry
into
for
my
him.
office.
I mean, he learned English for this show.
For this
shit.
fucking show. I feel bad for him because I do think the actor is trying very hard here, and I think he actually does do as good a job with the lines as he can. And it just sucks that he's stuck in this. It's too bad he couldn't have been in real Star Wars, because I think he would have been great in real Star Wars.
Yeah.
He's in this because he's the only one who conveys any fucking emotion, who doesn't feel like a cardboard cutout that has a mic behind it delivering lines. Which one?
Project.
He's saying Star Cruiser sucks, but we're stuck here for another 12 hours. Then we can go home. There goes 5K.
Highlight catastrophes.
Oh no, that's good. Oh Lord,
That's
Get
what
him
killed
off.
him.
Oh no! Ah! Oh, the giant flaming vagina. Oh no!
You never feel bad again.
Yeah.
I make you my Padawan. Can I take your order,
Step into my
please?
office.
Yeah,
to my
he's
office.
He's an
like,
accomplished
you can be
Korean
my
actor. He's done some
Padawan.
good stuff in the Korean.
Yeah, no,
he
he's the only person who has shown genuine emotion.
He does, because this scene actually did. Because when he gives her the hug, he's like, you can't go back there. There's nothing, and she starts doing the breakdown thing, and he gives her the hug. The hug actually was the only tug I had on my old dead hard.
Yeah,
because he's like oh. He actually sounded very genuine when he was doing this.
But
the 99% of the lines in this are not this, and I know it doesn't mean anything anyway because it's all fucking horrible. But we have 84 people watching right now. Thank you all for being here.
But I think what they're trying to convey is that the Jedi are rumors. I'm just saying.
Do you think that's what it is? I mean, you could be right. I can't even argue the point because everything else they've shown us. So we go back to the
and if
planet,
anybody knows rumors,
they show the piss yellow tree,
Right.
and then they show fucking crazy eye,
May.
fucking shithead May, the psychotic, is still alive. Okay, great.
Did the
So
gap?
that's
Yeah. But did the gap between her eyes get wider? Right there.
it did.
I mean,
No, they're moving like a fucking. She's becoming a prey animal. That's
Yeah.
what happens to prey animals. That's why their eyes are on the side of their head because they can look around better, like birds and fish. Oh, I'm exhausted. That was fucking exhausting.
Boy, I can't wait for the next episode.
Shut up.
This episode could have been cut in half and interspersed throughout other episodes, and it would have
100%.
conveyed the story more, or we conveyed the story more compellingly.
Yes,
Um,
drop
show
a little bit here.
That would take
A little bit here.
planning and
A little bit here.
talent.
I have thought of
Yeah.
one
Also,
Right.
good thing
That's
about
what
this
an actual
episode.
good story would do.
also,
it's over?
Sorry.
I was going to say that there is one good thing about this episode. You can use it at the Poison Control Center. You just make people watch it, and they'll throw up.
Well, okay, so
Yeah,
and
yeah. Help my
ideally-
baby drink
now-
something under the sink. Do you have Disney Plus?
Here, watch this.
now, because
Oh my, it worked.
because this episode is supposed to set up everything that we've seen in episode 1 and 2. This episode should have been number 1 to set up the whole thing.
Yeah, but even Joker, even though
Nobody would have tuned in afterward.
No, but the problem, Joker, even the problem with that is though, this is supposed to be the setup. This is why we traveled back in time 16 years.
Right.
But the problem is it doesn't show the things that it's supposed to show. The Jedi don't come off as evil in this. And I get that maybe they're saving that for another episode because they probably are, but why would you not have shown all of it in this episode so that we understand, oh, okay, that's why a fucking Torben drank the poison. That's why May is so fucked up. But we don't get that. We at this point, maybe this is seen through just Osha's lens of events. And maybe that will come out. Maybe and maybe May will be like, that's how you remember it, Osha, but I remember it this way. And you only see, from the Jedi showing up point forward. Because if this is it, the Jedi didn't do anything wrong. The Jedi did nothing wrong. The witches were weird fucking lesbian space communists and using dark force shit. And I don't see this as being that pivotal episode that makes May's course of action seem either legitimate or relevant. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm an idiot, so maybe that's just kind of it.
I think that whoever wrote this episode or all the writers on this series, whatever, who cares, think they're doing a good job portraying the Jedi as evil.
No,
because they see people behaving like that. They see people behaving generously and protecting good. They see that as like abusing power over other people. That's what this whole thing is about. Is that they even said it's not about light or dark, good or bad. It's about who has the power. And so they don't care that they're being good. They're bad because they have power. They don't care the guy running a
it's why black people can't be racist.
Employs hundreds of thousands of people. They just care because that he has the money. So logic does not enter into this. I think they wrote this and they think they're doing a good job conveying their message. They're not, but I think they believe it.
Yeah,
they're not. You're right. They're not. And you're in the you're right. You're right. Beard. So because they do live in that self-contained fucking self-masturbatory fucking bubble of Hollywood writer fucking jerk off. You're right, because all their people are probably telling, oh, this is fucking fantastic. This is the best thing that's ever been on television. Those toxic fans, they're the real problem. You're not the problem. Star Wars is great. You've kept Star Wars running for another blah, 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 blah. It's those toxic fans that are the problem. They're mostly white men, past the age of 40.
In an all white country, mostly white country.
Anyway.
Yeah, there's nothing I liked about that episode.
No, I like the hug. I like the hug.
I like that kid's hair with all the hairspray.
Yeah, Sideshow Bob.
Oh, that was exhausting. That was rough to watch twice, and then I think it may have actually been rougher to discuss. And I know we try to spin our comedic angle on this, but it does go back to a big problem with our entertainment industry, but the problem is it's not just our entertainment industry. That's a facet of it, of destroying the lore, of destroying the modern myths, which we've talked about many, many times. I can't not go back to that because that's what this whole shit show of giant flaming vaginas and lesbianism just demonstrated. I mean, that's what it is. This was Star Wars. The words Star Wars are associated with this fucking show. That's inconceivable. And it's not because I don't know what that word means. It is inconceivable this word that this show is associated with Star Wars. Go back and look at The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh my God.
And watch this episode. It's not the same thing. It's not an apples to apples. It's not even an apples to oranges. It's an apples to fucking moon rock.
Stiletto shoes.
It's not in the same fucking category. The writing is terrible. The message is terrible, but they don't care. We all know that.
So, given that they're terrible, I was thinking about the stone burning, and I had a thought. So, a lot of times when they make these sets with stone, they use foam, right? So, what if they set the foam on fire, not knowing it's flammable, and director's like, keep it, this will look cool. Just let it all burn.
Run with it. Keep it going. Keep it going. Given the quality of the people working on these projects, I can't even say that you're off base. So for those of you watching, I did say other news. We're not going to get to that because the other news at this point is this discussion went on longer than I thought it would. I'm glad it did though, because we had some very good things that came up throughout this couple hours of discussion about a show that frankly doesn't even deserve it. It doesn't deserve our talking about it this long. you deserve it because you out there who don't necessarily are not watching the show need to know what's going on. And you're getting it through our, like I said, our comedic version of it. So you're not getting the full force of the horror of the bad writing of the show.
The full thread.
We are sparing you that. We are sparing you that.
The full thread.
But again, I people
You're not
ask
getting
me
the
why do
full
you
thread
want to
count.
talk about things that are bad? I don't want to talk about things that are bad. I have to talk about things that are bad. I have to talk about them because of what they are doing.
It can be fun to talk about things that are bad, but the things that are bad shouldn't be Star Wars.
No,
Yeah,
well, they shouldn't
agree.
be. This isn't a one-off. That's the thing. It's not a bad movie we're talking about just to talk about a bad movie. We're talking about
of behavior.
It's a pattern across all the Star
everything
Wars,
we
Star
love.
Trek,
If
Doctor
you would
Who,
have told
Star
me 10
Wars,
years
all
ago
of
that I would be hating on Star Wars, I would have said you were out of your mind.
Yep.
Right.
You know, and it's something that just drives me insane where they'll go, oh, you just want to hate. No. I would love for you to go back to making stories that, you know, like entertained me and, you know, didn't shame me for, you know, being a certain skin color or a certain, you know, certain sexual preference. It's insane. And these are the same people who preach all that stuff and it was like, no, you can accept everything.
Tolerance.
Yeah, but we need to make the normal people feel bad because deep down they have their own like ingrown hatred, and that's what it is. Because a lot of times it's headcanon where, you know, these people were like, oh, why are you persecuting? It was like, dude, you were just standing in line at the bank. No one was mean to you. You know, it was like it's retarded. It's truly retarded.
I think retarded is the nicest word that we'll use about the show this week. We are going. We'll wrap it up here. We're going to be back next week talking about episode 4. So Thursday, 5 Pacific Standard. That's when we're here every week. We are here at 5 Pacific Standard. For the next few weeks. I'm sorry, Mando. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for all of the panel.
I might look like Anakin burned up next week. I don't know.
I'm not good. No one's healthy here. But yeah, please join us next week so we can talk about this again. And you're going to get our similar take on what they do to something we love. But let's go around the horn, talk about the stuff we have coming up, and then we will roll on out of this flaming vagina. Shieldwall of Dragons, my good friend. What do you have coming up, buddy?
Well, thanks for having me on. This was an interesting discussion. I'm being optimistic. I think next episode's going to be the best one yet.
Yeah.
The bar's low.
You know, the bar is exceedingly low, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's underground right now.
Yeah, well, that's what they say when you hit rock bottom. You know, there's no place to go but up. So
anyway, so next Tuesday I'm going to be on Jacob Ironside show. Come check that show out. It's a great show. We're always going over like classic movies and stuff. Like last week we did the 1969 True Grit, and that was great movie. And then I'll be on this show next week for the 4th episode to see how it goes. Fingers crossed, it'll be good. Maybe that's the one where they'll all get their U-Hauls to show up and take away their stuff. So.
Oh, Salty! I want to steal that. I think I'm going to use that on all the tags for my next shows for the next 6 weeks. Well, again, thank you, my friend, for being here. We are at 87 viewers right now as we're going out. So thank you all for joining us tonight. Joker, Scourge of Gotham. What do you have coming up, buddy?
Right. Well, first off, I want to thank Beard for the line of the night. Thank you so much, Beard. That was
Sammy. What is going on down there?
I'm in witness protection now.
You got some of that, some of that residual fish oil on his lens.
Thank you for having me on the show.
God damn it!
So again, Beard,
sorry, Joker.
Beard, thank you for the line of the night. That was glorious. I will be on I might be on the weekly Rogues Gallery tomorrow. I will for sure be Monday going over House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 1 over with Legion Talk. Very excited about that. Wednesday night is overbooked, talking about the current landscape of the WWE. And then I'll be back here for my weekly therapy session.
Right on.
Because Roman gives all the best drugs.
Well,
only
thank
way
you
we can
for
get
being
through it.
here, buddy. It was good to have you. It was good to have you as always. And again, I'm sorry.
Hey, Roman, I got to bounce.
Oh, all right, brother. Fly, my friend, fly.
Bye.
Sammy, where are you going to be? Where are you going to be? Where are you
Fly,
going to
you
be?
fool.
Oh, no, I'll be back here. I'll be helping out on Gucci stuff, and then I'm right back here on Thursday. I think I'll be on Circle of Jerks this weekend with Zax, and then I'm starting with Nadia. We're doing right after the episode. We're doing House of the Dragon. So
Right on.
that'll be on
Cool.
Sunday, and then if I'm pretty sure if I add another one, my wife will kill me. So
Entirely possible.
Gotcha.
Entirely possible.
all
All right,
bye,
my
guys.
brother. Later.
Boy.
All right, Mando. I hope your head's feeling better. It probably isn't.
It isn't. It isn't. The aneurysm, I believe, is not there.
Well, that's something. That's something. That's
My streaming schedule this next week is still going to be a little bit up in the air. I'm trying to get back on a schedule. Life in the IRL life is just smacking me in the face. But I will definitely be here Thursday. So that's going to be a thing. I'm currently in a Twitter battle with some weirdo saying that I didn't actually pay attention to the episode that we were watching right now.
If you're on the twalks right now, get in and defend Mando. Take on the bad guys. Everybody get in there and rip their fucking skin from their fucking bones, burn their fucking house down, and piss on the fucking ashes. Anyway, so get in there and defend Mando, please.
Yes.
Minecraft.
But yeah,
But
I'm
be
just
careful
gonna
with
be
the
all
truck,
over
it
the
might
place
explode.
in Minecraft. The show, I didn't think that it could really get much worse, but hey, I've been wrong about many things
Surprising, isn't it?
before, and
Surprising.
the EU is where it's at, y'all.
Right on. Thank you for being here, Mando. I appreciate being here, headache and all. So thank you for being here with us. The Matt Acolyte, our good friend Matt the Thad shouldn't be, the Unbearable 73. What do you have coming up, my friend?
You will all fall before the power of the vagina.
Oh no.
Depends on which one.
Oh, wait. Okay. What do I coming up? My review of Greyhound, the 2020 World War II film, will be posting tomorrow morning. It's a Tom Hanks movie. It's based on a book by C.S. Forrester, who also wrote the Horatio Hornblower books, by the way. Tomorrow afternoon, I have my show. Jacob is most likely going to be hosting with me Friday Pandemonium at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, sir.
I've been guest judging on the Wednesday night Overbooked when their contest at the end. And Naomi's butt attack would have fit perfectly in this episode, by the way, Joker.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes. It would have.
That's the worst finisher in wrestling history, if you all know that.
It's awful.
Yeah. What else? I'll have some more reviews coming out. I'll have my little preview pick for Clash in the Castle. It's a WWE event. Probably post that tomorrow. Or maybe, film it later, post it tomorrow. And then that's the only wrestling event this weekend. So yeah. I should have reviews forthcoming for season 4, episode 1 of Sharp, season 1, episode 1 of the 1990s Horatio Hornblower series, and a TV show, season 1, episode 1, the only season of Fantastic Journey. Those are the 3 TV shows I'm going to review going forward. Roman's show next week with the Crapolite Part 4, and the power of the vagina will rule you all. The vaginal joke.
Stop. It's not going to stop.
And Jacob's show Tuesday is about speed. So we'll be doing speed. And we just did True Grit this past Tuesday.
You're doing speed?
Going over.
You're doing speed?
Yeah.
Oh, the movie.
We'll be injecting live on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, cool.
Yeah. We reviewed True Grit this past Tuesday. Anything else coming up? Oh, on the Questioners, that's a spin-off of White Cloaks. We do some pretty mostly about Tolkien and Wheel of Time stuff, but like heavy into it. We all want to know about science and religion and history and stuff. Our conversation is more interesting than we basically debunk a bunch of woke Tolkien stuff, but we tend to spend 3 hours talking about actual cool stuff. That's on the Questioners, And Amanda, you'll get a laugh. Someone said we were idiots who never read the books because Tom Bombadil is clearly barren. Yeah.
Wow. No, you killed Mando. You killed Mando. You can't kill Mando in the last minutes of the show.
Yeah.
It's been a rough show for Mando this week.
Poor Mando.
Yeah.
It's been a lot. It's been a lot for Mando. So please,
I can't take this.
please send help. Please send help.
So that's kind of what I got going on.
Right on, Matt. Thank you for being here, brother.
Feel the
Jacob
power.
Ironside. What do you have coming up, my friend?
Tuesday night, it will be speed. It'll be an extra fun stream. But yeah, we'll be doing Speed 1994. It'll be fun. There's a bomb on the bus, man. And then Wednesday, or actually, I will be on Matt's show tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central. And Wednesday night, I will be on Gooch's show talking Ghost in the Shell. So
excellent.
Fun. And then, of course, I will
a good one
back here for this fun show.
For this thing. Why do I keep coming back? I don't know. Why am I here? Well, thank you for being here again, Jacob, and thank you always for doing your videos and for the thumb this week. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, sir.
Beard of Liberty, sir.
The light of the night.
The light of the night.
And that line came out so easily. It felt like I prepared it. I had not. I thought about it 2 seconds and then I just started talking.
Wonderful.
I just had to get out of the dark place I was in. I just had to get something there. Let's see here. Sunday afternoon, back on with a Stark of Iron over there with Tony and a Snail Messiah. Still sticking with the Fallout theme for the reactor side chats. This one's gonna be a little bit more kind of relaxed and things like that, just kind of like showing off some of our maybe Fallout 4 build settlements, some of our favorite characters and screenshots and things like that. So I don't know exactly how that's gonna play out exactly. It's just kind of a get together and have fun sort of thing. Monday on After the Weekend, I haven't gotten an answer from JT what we're going to be doing for that one yet. We've got 2 different ideas, but then out of the blue, apparently Pauly Shore followed him, so he's been trying to get he's been bugging Pauly Shore on X, trying to get him to show up for the show.
Okay, I'll let you know right now. Somebody I work with was his assistant, and he says you don't want him on your show. You don't.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Yeah.
No, maybe once just to say we did, but then just end it after 30 minutes and say that's as long as we normally go. But anyway.
I'm sorry, Barry, but Deborah just asked me a question in the chat there. Why, yes, my little dear, of course, I can do the Joker's voice. Why do you think I have this name?
Other than that, I don't really verify with Jacob that I'm scheduled on the show anymore. I just kind of show up, and if there's space, I pop in. So I'll probably be there.
That's awesome.
I'm always happy to step aside if there's somebody else that really wants to get in there and we don't have room or anything like that. But otherwise, I have a really good time over there on his channel.
Jacob does a magnificent show. I always enjoy Jacob's shows, be it classic stuff or when he's doing X-Files. So.
And also, because Roman hasn't pushed it yet this stream, apparently whenever Roman gets to 500 subscribers, I've agreed
I forgot. Yeah.
to go shirtless. So
yes, topless beard. Under that shirt is more beard. So yeah,
I need to shave
a little ways to go, folks. But if you're not subbed and you're watching, please sub to the
I need to
show.
shave the Olive Garden logo into my chest hair for you, Roman.
Yes.
Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Yes.
So for those of you who are watching who may be new viewers, yeah, we right now we're doing the Acolyte, but we go back and forth. We do movies that we actually love. There will never be a movie review on the show that we don't love. And we do free range streams, which are like news of the week. So that we will never ever do the Fifth Element on the show, ever.
Boo.
Ever.
Boo.
The bribery cannot be big enough to get me to do that.
Very disappointed.
I fucking hate that movie so much. It is the worst movie ever made.
So,
Beard, thank you again for being here, my friend. So I'm going to be on probably with Father Miller tomorrow, the Nerd Father, either at 11 or noon. I'm not sure which time he's doing tomorrow. But I should be on with him tomorrow talking weekly nerd stuff. And then, of course, next week we'll be back here at Thursday at 5 Pacific Standard, as we always are, this time talking about Acolyte Episode 4. And I did see a movie this week that I enjoyed. I do want to share this briefly because we have a little bit of time. I saw the movie Hitman on Netflix with Glenn Powell. It was fucking good. It was a really entertaining movie. There was no agenda bullshit. It was just a fun movie to watch.
Is it a new movie that just came out?
Yeah, it's a more comedy than drama, but it's a little bit of both. It's about
that's the one that came out like a year or two ago.
No, it's on Netflix now. It's like the biggest thing on Netflix right now.
Because there was a Chuck Norris film called Hitman from like the 90s.
No, it's nothing like that at all. It's based on a guy named Gary Johnson's book, and very loosely based on that book and his life. He's a teacher. He's a college professor who dabbles in electronics and stuff, but ends up being a decoy police fake hitman to lure people in so they can get busts on people who are trying to get hitmen. But it's a really fun movie. My wife and I watched it, Mrs. the Empire watched it, and she's like, you didn't even want to watch this movie. I'm surprised you're enjoying it so much. But I did. It's a fucking fun movie. So go check that movie out. I don't get to see things that I actually think are a lot of fun these days. Hitman.
Okay.
Yeah, Hitman on Netflix. It's the #1 movie on Netflix right now. Go check it out. So yeah, I don't hate everything. I hate things that suck.
If you want another no-nonsense action movie that people apparently didn't watch, The Beekeeper.
I've heard The Beekeeper is good. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I was surprised how much I enjoyed it.
Okay,
nonsense.
Jason Statham film.
Yeah,
I know that.
Total no-nonsense throwback Jason Statham film. Very little snark.
I'm going to check it out. I've been talking about it. And Mrs. the Empire's like, is it about a beekeeper? I'm like, no, honey. It has probably nothing to do with being a beekeeper.
Not the bees. Not the bees.
She's like, well, I don't know if I want to watch it if it's not about a beekeeper. But anyway,
you should have told her, it's a loving
totally about
romance.
bees. It's about manufacturing of honey in the 1970s.
He does actually keep bees. That is part of the thing. So
my family used to be beekeepers.
So there are things out there that are fun. So like I said, I'm not going to do a review on it because it's not worth that. But it is a fun movie. So check it out. Check out The Beekeeper, apparently, which I want to check out myself. So we're going to roll out here. Let's pray that next week is better, or at least gives us a lot of content that's worth talking about, because that's kind of what we do here.
Feel the power of the imaginal wall.
Yeah, help us all.
So is good, Dempsey.
Until next week, thank you all for being here. This wonderful panel, the chat, who was just absolutely wonderful tonight. A lot of fun, great comments. And to all of you who are going to be watching this on rewatch, thank you for being with us. And until next time, be kind.